Hi everyone and welcome to Newegg TV. My name is Paul. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and overview and some benchmarks on this new video card from Evga. This is the GeForce GTX 660 Ti. You might notice that I have two of these video cards here. So yes, that means I will be testing these in both a single card configuration as well as two-way SLI. Here's a closer look at the retail box, and let me just point out some stuff. Did you know that Evga is the #1 seller of in the US of NVIDIA-based products? Well, they are. Evga and NVIDIA, very good friends. You get 2 GB of GDDR5 memory, so you get a 2 gig frame buffer on this card. It's a 192-bit memory interface. Memory effective data rate is 6 gigabits per second, and yeah, that's very fast. You also get, of course, SLI support, DirectX 11 support, physics support, 3D Vision Surround. You can run 4 monitors off of a single video card with the 600 series and this video card in particular. You can use 3 of those monitors for gaming, and the 4th one can be a companion monitor to pull up websites or chat or whatever you want to do there. You also have, I said SLI, but you actually get 3-way SLI support as of the filming of this video for the 660 Ti. So with a compatible motherboard, you can configure 3 of these in the same system. It's PCI Express Gen 3, which effectively doubles the bandwidth of PCI Express Gen 2 or 2.1. It's backwards compatible, so don't worry if you got an older motherboard, it will still work. Did I mention this is the SuperClocked version of this card? I should mention that. This is the SuperClocked 660 Ti SuperClocked. There's also a stock 660 Ti that Evga will put out. The stock card runs at a 950 MHz core clock and a 980 MHz boost clock. Boost clock is the feature of the 600 series that automatically overclocks your GPU if you are keeping the temperatures within a reasonable degree of space. This one, since it's the SuperClocked version, has a core clock of 980 MHz and a boost clock of 1059 MHz. Around here on the back, we have some more information, and please ignore that the video card's not in there. I took it out. Like I said, I've been benchmarking. We have key features up here on the top left. So there's GPU boost that I already mentioned. That gives you automatic overclocking. Adaptive Vsync is a pretty cool technology. It will turn Vsync on or off depending on your frame rate, depending on the refresh rate of your monitor. That will minimize tearing and stuttering depending on whether you're going above or below the refresh rate of your monitor. You get NVIDIA surround technology again, so 4 concurrent displays, DirectX 11 support, of course, physics technology, 3D vision ready, SLI ready for 3-way, CUDA technology. You actually get 1,344 CUDA cores in this video card, same as the GTX 670. PCI Express 3.0, as previously mentioned, OpenGL 4.2. There's the package contents, and that's about it for the retail box. Oh, while I'm here, I should mention you get a free copy of Borderlands 2 with the 660 Ti purchase from Newegg, while supplies last, of course, so pretty cool add-on right now, but again, might not be available by the time you actually purchase the card. Alright, so looking inside the retail box, the video card has magically reappeared. Don't know how that happened, but let's take a look at accessories that Evga has included, and one of them is the Evga gaming poster, which you might have seen in some other Evga products, but there you have it. It's got some guns and ammo and that sort of thing. Put that up on your wall. You also get the Evga stickers, enthusiast-built, there we go. Enthusiast-built stickers by Evga to put on your computer or your wall or wherever you want to put those. This card is PCI Express 3.0 ready, so this is just simply showing you how to plug in PCI Express to PCI Express slot. Physically, the slot is the same as PCI Express Gen 2, so don't worry about that. But we also have, what is this? GTX 600 Quick Start Guide, Graphics Card User's Guide. So this is a generic guide from Evga, which you'll probably see with a lot of their cards. Basic video card installation guidelines, setting up multiple displays, additional support. This one is specific to the GTX 600 series, so a little bit more specific to the the video card you're looking at there, as well as talking about your PCI Express power connectors. You get an Evga display driver disc right there. The shipping drivers that I have been using that ship on this disc are 304.87, and those are the drivers that I used for the benchmarks. So those are the drivers. There's probably going to be some updated drivers right at launch, so get the updated drivers from the NVIDIA website rather than loading them off of this disk. Those will also give you any EVGA utilities that are included. Also, you get an EVGA case badge to put on your computer case. And then bear in mind, video cards get hot. Be careful when you're unplugging them so you don't burn yourself. Also, for accessories, we have some adapters. You get 2 of these. They each have 2 Molex plugs. Convert that into a 6-pin PCI Express power connector. Again, 2 of those. The card needs 2 6-pin PCI Express power connectors. EVGA and NVIDIA are recommending a 450 watt or greater power supply for your entire computer and the video card. They're also recommending, EVGA has specified, a minimum of 24 amps on the plus 12 volt rail, or on at least the 12 volt rail that you're connecting to, depending on the configuration of your power supply. Also, you have a digital to analog adapter, so DVI to 15-pin D-sub connector for analog VGA. So if you're using an older monitor, you can use that adapter. It only works with one of the DVI connectors on this card, and heck, I might as well go ahead and show you. Here are the connectors on the card for video outs. And you'll notice the top one here is labeled DVI-D. That's digital only, so no analog connectors down there on that end. So don't plug that adapter into this top port. Use that for DVI only. Lower port here also has your analog, so if you're going to use that adapter, use it on the bottom one. Both of these DVI connectors are dual link, and with a high-res monitor, you can support 2560 by 1600 resolution. You also get an HDMI port right there, and then you also get DisplayPort 1.2 right there. Taking a look at the video card proper right here, you'll notice this has a shroud style cooler, so it has a black plastic shroud which runs the entire length of the card. It is primarily enclosed, apart from a bit of a gap right here by the power connectors as well as down here by the SLI. Now I've noticed that the shroud style coolers mean that the GPU itself is going to run a little bit warmer than the open air style coolers, but the benefit there is that your hot air is primarily going to be ejected out the back of your case, so it's not going to be raising the ambient temperature of the air inside your case. The shroud style cooler works with a blower fan down here, so it's going to be pulling air in through the fan there. Positive pressure down here pushes the air across the cooling fins and out the back of your case. EVGA like their attention to detail, and I didn't show you guys because we've already been benchmarking these cards, but these comes all sort of wrapped in plastic with plastic coverings over here. There's actually one that goes over the whole thing. Make sure you peel that off because there's one that's on this area here that has this kind of textured finish. There's another little one on this strip. There's another one on this strip on the side here, and they even have this little one. So they're just these little clear plastic things that make sure that your finish looks nice. There's even one on the fan right there. So make sure you pull all those off because they're not helping anything. They're just keeping things looking pretty for shipping. But other little attention to detail, such as they give you a nice little rubber SLI protective cover right there, so it makes it so you don't touch the gold contacts, which is never good. But also, if the video card is sitting in your case like so, it gives you a bit more of a cleaner look. It's even got an EVGA logo. Speaking of which, this is the view that most people will see installed in a typical computer build chassis. So you got an EVGA logo right there, GeForce GTX 660 Ti logo right there, and then of course same thing over on this side, and that nice texture going down the whole length of the card. This is a custom design card by EVGA. They've gone with the same style of blower fan and shroud cooler that you'll see on the reference model 670 as well as the reference 660 Ti. This is a custom board, however. You'll notice it does have an EVGA logo right down there by the PCI Express 3.0 connector. And apart from that, this is the SuperClocked card. So again, the stock speeds for the GPU for a 660 Ti are going to be 915 megahertz core clock, 980 megahertz boost clock. This one, the core clock starts at 980 megahertz, so the same as a boost clock on the stock card. Boost clock on this will go up to 1059 megahertz, and then each GPU is going to behave a little bit differently. Our GPU in this case, when we were running testing, actually the boost clock consistently got up to 1162.7 megahertz, so that was over 100 megahertz more than the listed specs. Again, each GPU is going to be different, so whichever video card you purchase might go up a little bit higher, a little bit lower, but at minimum it's going to hit that listed manufacturer boost clock of 1059 megahertz. Your memory modules here on the back, you'll notice there's a couple right there. The primary difference between the 670 and the 660 Ti, because you'll probably are noticing if you're familiar with both a lot of similarities. Primary difference is going to be your actual memory interface. So you get 3 64-bit memory controllers with the 660 Ti. That gives you a 192-bit memory interface as compared to the 670, which has 4 64-bit memory controllers, which gives you 256-bit memory interface. Now I mentioned we are going to do some SLI testing with these cards, so that's why I've got 2 of them right here next to each other. If you are going to do that, of course, you will need a single SLI bridge to connect right there between the 2 cards. You'll need a SLI capable motherboard, of course. You'll need a bit beefier power supply to power both of the cards. It's a 150 watt TDP. Here are your SLI, your PCI Express power connectors. Again, 2 6-pin connectors for that. I want to make sure you have those plugged in. Make sure you have a power supply that can support that. Next up, we're going to move into benchmarks. So I'll be showing you single card benchmarks, 2 card benchmarks, and then as a point of reference, we are continuing to show you guys the GTX 580, which is the flagship single GPU video card from the prior 500 series from NVIDIA. The card we're actually using is an overclocked triple slot cooling version of the GTX 580, so bear that in mind. And really the 660 bests the 580 and a lot of the benchmarks that you'll see here. Primarily the big advantage of the 580 is going to be that it actually has a 384-bit memory interface, so that did give it an edge in benchmarks that featured higher anti-aliasing and anisotropic filtering. So there are your benchmarks, guys. It's very nice to know that this card releasing as a mid-range card is able to handily beat and at least match the performance of the GTX 580, the previous king of the hill, even at the price point that this is coming out at, which is significantly less than the 580 launched at. That's going to wrap it up for this video. If you'd like some more information on the 660 Ti, I'm going to be doing a full review video that's available on our Newegg TV YouTube channel. You can head over there for that, as well as more tech videos. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Paul with Newegg TV. This has been the EVGA GTX 660 Ti SuperClocked edition. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.